What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 21 of Freezer to Fallout, our journeys through the post-apocalyptic Boston wasteland. So last time we ended up doing a bunch of stuff for the railroad to help us out and determined that we weren't going to actually work for them in the endgame, much to the chagrin of the leadership down here. We are in their base right now, and we are going to use that to carry on. We're going to keep doing a few missions for the railroad itself, and we're going to try and get up to the point where we get... Oh, more cryolator damage. But, anyway, my brain's kind of going all scattered over here. I haven't been feeling well the last couple of days, but there's a logical reason for that. Anyway, I'll grab a few things while we're down here. We're going to continue helping out our tertiary friends in the railroad while gathering up a few supplies so that we can build up a castle later on. And we're doing it because we want the mod for our armor that the railroad ends up giving. And for some reason it's escaping my brain right now. Like, really escaping my brain. This is incredibly weird.
Sorry, Tinker Tom's got me doing.
Anyway, so we have a job to go to a dead drop for a quest called Butcher's Bill, and we're going to keep helping out the railroad, at least for the time being. So let's get on with that. Not exactly the most cognizant introduction to the videos ever, but let's face it, you guys have seen Thorium Gaming before. I'm not exactly coherent most of the time. Try to use our pistol a little bit, save some of our more valuable ammunition. We've been doing a lot of fighting, and we're working up to the point where we're going to actually go after the Institute. To set that up, however, there is a big deal when it comes to the Institute, and that's the fact that to engage the endgame quest to actually fight them, we actually have to go into the Institute and basically go full Rambo. Start killing off some major people. So we have to get to the dead drop, which is outside of Hester's consumer robotics. Now normally I would just fast travel there, but this time we're actually going to walk. And that is mostly because there has been a lot of stuff in this area of Boston that we have been skipping by. And since we are trying to level up a little bit so that when we get to building... when we get to building up the castle, we're going to need some extra talents and traits. We are probably going to want to have a few extra levels of experience. And we've been doing a lot of just point A to point B content. So we're going to do things like going around and finding some random rad stags. And some flamer fuel, apparently. Coffee cup doesn't hurt either because, well, it's ceramic. And a lot of these places we haven't discovered yet. Some of them are kind of cool, some of them are not so much. There's a Brotherhood Knight up there. We haven't completely buggered our relationships up with the Brotherhood of Steel just yet, but that will be coming later on. It's a little sad. Usually I am a... Someone's got a minigun. Usually I'm a Brotherhood of Steel fanboy, and I'm not ashamed of that, not in the least. I like the Brotherhood of Steel. Not necessarily what they stand for in this particular incarnation of Fallout. But in the other games, they are a good group of people. See, we were trying to get involved in the fight between the Institute and the Brotherhood. But we ended up running into some raiders, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Eventually, we are going to have to grab a bunch of their gear and all that sort of stuff to kind of set up our people, most notably at the castle. Now, seems there's another turret over there. That's a Mirelurk, and a lot of cars are going boom over there. And of course we are overburdened. We may end up having to go to the castle to start dumping stuff off. I have been slowly transporting all of our stuff over to the castle. Not got everything over there yet. There's still a lot of stuff that we picked up and left at Sanctuary. Now where did you go, Piper? There you are.
Hey.
See how much extra room you have. I don't necessarily want to overburden you, but if you can take a few things. Just so that we're able to move again. What did I just give you? I feel like I just gave you something else. Oh, a second set of patrolman's sunglasses. That would explain it. Gotta put those back on. I'm a little out there today, guys. I apologize for that. It's been a kind of rough week for me. Been an entertaining week for guys like Chaplain Grimaldus, who like to make fun of me on a regular basis. But you gotta love the community. Bunch of random gunners. You're still running real low on 45 ammo. I don't know why we just ran into a whole bunch of gunners. That's almost nonsensical. Apparently gunners like to hang out around here, so there's that. And getting myself caught on a roof. And we're going to take that combat armor right leg, because we are still using a metal right leg. Some more 10mm ammo for Piper. And of course, I've got myself all turned around again. We still need to head south. So that's what we're going to do. Biggest danger of the wasteland. It's not Deathclaws, it's not super mutants. It's the fact that I can't remember which direction I'm going at any given time. I get lost real easy. Okay, that was a little bit of a weird glitch. Alright, well, way to go, Piper.
Hey, something's. Hey, they're here.
Only one of us survives this, and it won't be you. I kind of proved that to be inaccurate. You and your magically teleporting friend, who apparently had 2 boards on him for some reason. We are still technically in danger. There's probably another super mutant up there. But we are not going to deal with him just now. heard something. And there's the Trinity Tower radio signal.
Hear that? Was that you?
There's another feral ghoul down. I knew I heard something. And that's a glowing something. Glowing rad roach. Bunch of gunners and stuff up there, but they're not our focus right now. We are really, really running low on ammunition. And over there is Swan's Pond. I discussed earlier on during our following of the Freedom Trail that there was something there. And there is. Most notably, swan, hence why it's called Swan's Pond. Swan is a big, big meanie with a very, very powerful melee weapon. And he's also a super mutant behemoth. I can talk real good like, I swear. I believe that's the combat zone actually. It is, and we do have it listed up, but we're not going to the combat zone right now. We're going to go to the consumer robotics place and see what we can see.
I hear something.
Oh, that's a few super mutants. Guess we really hurt that super mutant. Some blood bug meat, that doesn't hurt. And some 308 rounds, even though we're not technically using 308 for our sniper rifle anymore. I'm a little bit turned around again. We need to go right at the next intersection that we can find after we get out of that radiation soup. I heard a ghoul. And while we're not doing a whole lot of damage with our pistol, it's been a good way to save some of our more valuable ammunition.
Wish it hadn't come to that.
Down to one reload on it, though. I would really, really rather not have to run out of ammunition mid-mission here. So apparently Southwest Boston is all super mutant turf. I believe we're headed the right way now. Then we are running incredibly low on decent ammunition. Let's double check, of course. It's really easy for me to get lost. And there we go, we got another level up. So let's go in and see what we're gonna do. Can't even really get the blacksmith perk, but we don't use melee weapons, so that's not a big deal. We're severely lacking on certain things. We could get science to rank 3, and eventually we needed a rank 4 to get the good power generators. Could do medic, which would also be good. We could bump another point into our intelligence and start gaining more experience. For right now, I think science is probably the best one. We're trying to go combat, non-combat for the longest time there, but we're at the point now where it's not super important anymore. We can select the things that we need specifically to go towards our goal. We're running out of 50 cal too. Whew. There's apparently a gunner down here too that's coming after us. I just want to see what's in the wannabe evacuation shelter. Nothing. Alright, so let's go around this side of the building. Starting to run a little low on ammunition, and that's definitely a bad thing. So there's a dead drop somewhere around here. Random Mr. Handy, and there was a Protectron over there earlier. That looks like the dead drop right there. We just gotta get in and figure out what it is. And there's the rail sign for it. So this is actually to find a safe house.
Augusta is still dark. Location enclosed. Exercise extreme caution.
Okay, so that was an informative thing. So where is the Augusta safe house? It's right up next to the Institute. In this particular case, we will fast travel, but we're going to go to Bunker Hill real quick, pick up some ammo.
Someone's not interested in visitors.
It's a minor interlude, but ammunition is something that you can't put a price on. Well, you can, but...
Hey there.
Welcome back. Looking to trade?
Sure. Let's take a look.
See something you like? Buy it. My stock moves fast.
Alright, let's go to your ammo. Double check our weapons. We need 45, 50 cal, shotgun rounds, and 44. So we're going to take all of those 45s, all the 44s, all the shotgun. You don't have any 50 cal, which kind of sucks.
Lucas, best way to spend your caps is protecting your hide with my armor. That advice is free.
Well, let's see what you've got.
Don't cheap out on armor. That's a good way to get yourself killed.
Definitely no ammo that we're good for. Is that a combat armor? Or is that leather? I'm not really sure. I think it's leather. And of course the Mantis stuff is just bad, all things considered. Alright, so it looks like Lucas doesn't have anything. We picked up a few extra rounds, which isn't going to hurt, including for our pistol, a few shotgun rounds. That'll help us out a bit. So now we can go to the ruins of CIT. It's odd that the railroad would make a safe house so close to the ruins of the CIT, given that they have a feeling the Institute is there, know the Institute is there. Not really sure which. So 77 more yards. A lot of pipe rounds coming at us. That was a rather unimpressive ambush. Even though there's still one more guy up there, but... we're used to a few more baddies with few bigger guns. odd. Always is odd when their head is rolling away and it's what you're using to try and see their inventory. There's some fusion cells, some 10mm rounds. That'll go all to Piper, of course. Eventually. Next time we open her inventory anyway. We could go up, but it's saying that the safe house is over there, so let's just jump down to this ledge and keep going towards it. And there's some blood bugs here. Great.
Bad idea. Wish it hadn't come to that.
I'm guessing this is a medical center, because that's usually where blood bugs hang out. It's a lot of blood bugs and bloat flies.
What was that? Where'd they go? I wonder if this is normal for other journalists.
There's a fair amount of experience for pretty much nothing. Not saying it was a good amount of experience, just fair. We are down to 3 pistol rounds. I guess a hospital safe house makes sense.
Idea for the biggest rolled up newspaper.
That's actually pretty good, Piper. World's largest rolled up newspaper becomes a super weapon. Alright, into the Kindle Hospital we go.
Who's there?
Well, we can pretty much assume that the safe house has been kind of compromised, considering there's raiders here right now. And cap stash. That definitely doesn't hurt.
Someone there?
I know that they don't really serve much purpose on non-survival playthroughs, but I'm always tempted to pick up glowing fungus.
That's it.
And that was actually an easier door hack than I thought. One that I don't have to cut out because I failed 50 million times. Okay, I feel bad for taking that shot. That had to hurt. That was to a very sensitive area on gentlemen.
What can I do?
There we go. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remember to give you all of the 10mm rounds that we've picked up. And then we are going to go over to the junk. And apparently you can't carry much more. So there's that. Just going to have to find our way through here. Hopefully not picking up anything that makes us overweight again. Otherwise we might have to start tossing off some of the lesser junk. That was a turret resetting. Definitely slow and steady through here. Pretty much the only reason why we're able to do this at all is because of the covert op manuals that we've picked up along the way.
Payback time, boogeyman. What's up? Witness, huh? We're not alone here.
And again, common problem for me. We're sneaking, so automatically I have to be quiet because, you know, that's the way it works. What you're saying into your... Piper, don't do that. What you're saying into the mic can be heard by them. You don't really need the Protectron to come out and help us. It's a medical bot anyway. You might just be getting started. But when you poke your head out, we are going to be tempted to put a bullet into it. But Augusta pretty much looks like it's got completely destroyed. So let's go into our inventory right now. Get rid of a few rads, which doesn't help our weight at all. Well, we can drink a couple things of purified water, which will allow us to move again. Really should have stopped off at the castle before we came, but lesson learned. I know you're over there somewhere. Not that it really matters right now.
No sign of him now.
Of course, Piper being Piper, and an awesome reporter, she always looks before she leaps, and then leaps anyway. And we are overweight again. Solution number the third.
Bottoms up.
I saw you. And there's glass in that window preventing us from shooting them.
No need.
Okay. So with our added strength, because of course alcohol gives you better strength. Well-known fact. We now have to find the fate of the Augusta safe house. I'm not entirely sure if we have to go up the elevator or not, but we'll figure it out. I'm guessing that we don't because everything is now below us. Probably just a back way out. And a turret. And again, we may drop down onto where we had to go, so there's always that opportunity. And we are overweight again. Did we pick up any random armor we don't need? Nope. Did we pick up any random weapons we don't need? Well, we can equip that. Let's go into our junk. Apologize for this, guys. I should have been thinking a little bit. We have a ton of steel as well, so we don't really need that. Drop the stuff that's really heavy that doesn't actually give us a whole lot. There's a short hunting rifle there. This looks like the infant wing? Obstetrics? I only know for sure about that sort of stuff because, oh, that's aluminum. Aluminum's actually valuable. My mother was, well, still is technically, although she's retired, a obstetrics and gynecology nurse. And this is kind of disturbing. A lot of respect to all of the men and women who pick up the nursing profession. It is not an enviable one in any way, shape, or form.
Open fire!
Hey, something's out there. I see you.
Essentially what I'm trying to say is nurses are awesome most of the time. There's a few bad ones out there, but they are the exception rather than the rule. Most part, however, they are great people who care about others enough that they're willing to deal with all of the crap, sometimes literally, that comes with being a nurse. So mad props to them.
Ain't personal, just you or me.
It's not personal, it's you or me. Sounds pretty personal from where I'm sitting. And again, what would I know? Pretty sure the Augustus safe house. There's a syringer rifle. Syringer rifles I don't have any luck with at all. So we're not even going to worry about it. It looks like the Augustus safe house is pretty much destroyed. Yes, that's it. We get to report back to Doc Carrington. Let's find our way out of here.
You are so dead.
But you cracked me on the head, but it don't mean I'm dead. In fact, the whole go for the head thing on me, yeah, you're hitting me in the most armored part of my entire body. So, knock yourself out. Self-differential thick skull joke.
Oh, we're not alone. There you are.
This is what my brother would say.
Still alive? Christ.
Yeah, I'm still alive, and you're about to be not alive. Just like that. Some shotgun shells, that doesn't hurt. 38 rounds does us no good at all. Figures that we are in a used hospital. So picking up a lot of chems is not out of the ordinary.
Blue, come on. Let me carry something before you cripple yourself.
Well, let's see if you can actually carry anything else, Piper. There we go. You're actually able to carry something else. It is kind of worrying me that down at the bottom of this place, there is a cage. I'm kind of curious as to what's in the cage. At the same time, I'm kind of scared to find out what's in the cage. Let's face it, these were raiders, so whatever's down there might not be necessarily the most friendly thing in the world. Still, gonna try and find our way down there. Invisible wall, apparently. I don't see anything down there, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing down there. Very much doubt that they would send us around like this. So let's see if we can unlock this door. So we obviously haven't come this way.
That's it.
That leads back up. I guess we have come this way. Huh. We just went around the long way instead of going through the door. I do want to find out what's down there, though, so we're going to keep trying to dig down until we get there. Excuse me, Piper? We have to have missed something on here. I'm very, very creeped out. Yeah, it's a lot of me running around in circles like an idiot, but let's face it, that's pretty much every episode of Freezer to Fallout that's ever come out, and probably ever will. So let's jump down and see what's what. I get a feeling that it's not going to be friendly. And there's a death claw down here. Okay, so there was a death claw. And the raiders toss people down here to die with, or fight against him. Deathclaw with nothing but a machete? That's, like, awful. However, before we leave this place, I did see a infusion core. Our radiation over that is probably why the Deathclaw made its way in here. It's a toolkit. Some more duct tape. Yay, adhesive! Okay, let's see where that wire takes us. Ooh, I saw something in there, but we are taking a lot of rads. So let's go and toss on a rad X. Take another shot of water. That was definitely worth it. That's a lot of ammunition that we tend to use. Have to use a rad away when we get out of here, but that's fine. Back up to Cambridge. Okay, so we are back outside, and we didn't get splattered. We could go back to the dock right away, but as we are having inventory issues, we're going to go over to the castle. Slap jab. Job. I can talk, I swear. Of making this place a little bit more presentable. But Piper, let's trade with you. Let's take a few things out of your inventory that you no longer need. Considering it's all going to be used for something else eventually. As we start transferring more and more of our stuff over here. This is one of the few places where we have to actually build up. There's a reason for that, but we will get to that in time. I gotta say that I do love the classical music. And we can take a chance later on to upgrade that combat armor leg.
PM out there. This was just delivered by a robot. Anybody in the vicinity of Grey Garden, please go see what they need there.
That's another chance to help out the Minutemen. Of course, we don't really want to do that just yet, but we will get to it eventually. So we've dropped off everything that we need to drop off. Now we have to go back to Railroad HQ and turn that in. So let's run down here.
Pam wants you. She explained why, but I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, so Pam apparently wants to talk to us. First we need to talk to the doc.
Augusta's safe house was destroyed by the Institute.
disappeared. 3 safe houses gone. Hard to imagine. I have nothing further for you at the moment. I'm sure someone else could use your help. No shortage of files to be put out.
Alright, so Doc Carrington.
Make sure you're
It's all complete. Let's go find out what Pam wants. I think she's over here. Maybe? Possibly? There she is.
Confirmed. Agent Whisper has arrived. I have a mission for you. Without increasing efficiency of synth traffic flow, odds of entire organization being compromised increase daily. Solution. A new distribution center needs to be established.
Distribution center?
A distribution center? What's that?
The railroad organization calls distribution centers safe houses. A place where synths are stored and then rerouted safely through the region known as the Commonwealth. Mission details commencing. Pacify the target location. Fortify position to protect current and future railroad assets. New distribution center will be codenamed Mercer Safe House. Good luck.
Okay, so that was a rather to the point mission objective. So, I don't know if this is gonna conflict with the Minutemen at all, because we don't want to get faction or settlements.
work with us instead of the Minutemen. The lives of many synths.
Hi.
Let's see if Tinker Tom will give us the bonded underlay. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember right now.
The census sweep says you're clean. Hooray! We're bug free.
Sensor sweep.
I went through a sensor sweep?
Every test Des will let me run. Full EMF scan, biological sniffers, and other state-of-the-art security. So the sweep says the Institute isn't watching you. Or us. But the tests lie, man. Okay, have you eaten anything out there? Because if you have, they got you.
Really?
Are you seriously asking if I eat food?
The food out there is dangerous. It's contaminated. That's why I grow my own food. Reclaimed pure water, local nutrients. Nothing goes in me that I don't see. That's how you stay safe. The Institute has these tiny microscopic robots in the food, man. And they report back.
Tom, that's rubbish.
You just don't get it, Carrington. The Institute is in your blood.
Potentially that's terrifying. You seem a little crazy.
If true, that's terrifying.
If he had a shred of evidence for any of it, agreed. Quite terrifying.
Okay. If you really want to be safe, let me give you a little shot. Desdemona says no one has to, but it will kill those little robots.
There's battery acid in that serum of yours.
You can't nuke an omelet without irradiating some eggs. You ready to shoot up?
Yeah, no.
There's no way in hell I'm letting you do that.
Fine. Let them hear and see everything. Okay. I hope you like your whole life being downloaded to the Institute's mainframe.
Let's try and make up a lie.
Actually, I dose myself with radiation to kill the blood robots.
I read you, man. Smart. I'd rather have some hair loss than let the Institute win. Hey, you get it, man. I make things around here. You go and do. You do whatever. And come back, and I will set you up.
All right.
See what you got.
Let's see what he
Make
has.
yourself comfortable and prepare to be asked down.
It's not like he seems entirely crazy or anything. It's a pretty decent 308 rifle. Not paying 1,100 caps for it, but that's okay. So, good place to get circuitry and screws if you need them. There's obviously a joke there. More importantly, we can get ourselves some really, really much needed ammunition. I don't even care that we are kind of putting ourselves into the poorhouse right now. We need that ammo. Let's see what this Glory lady is up to. If I remember correctly, she is a synth.
Hey, you. You the new heavy? Whisper, right?
Heavy?
What do you mean?
A heavy. Someone able to take whatever shit the Institute and Commonwealth dishes out and come back for more. So the switchboard was crawling with bad guys. Mines and shit too. Any of that true? Or was Deacon bullshitting me again?
Let's back it up.
Pretty much.
That's hardcore. How'd you take down the old HQ? Please tell me you didn't go along with Deacon's in and out like a ghost crap.
Let's go with
Let's
brains.
just say we found flaws in the facility's defenses and exploited them.
I guess that's one way of doing it. Well, welcome to the party. After what happened to Tommy Whispers, we need another tough son of a bitch that can get shit done.
Tommy?
Who's Tommy Whispers?
Tommy was a second heavy at HQ. He went KIA after the Institute assholes took out the switchboard. With him gone, I've been running missions non-stop. So I'm damn happy you're here. They call me Glory, the Angel of Death, the ass-kicking poster child of a liberated synth.
That's actually kind of cool.
I like it.
It's not to like. You're helping out my people. So some advice? Kiss up to Tinker Tom. He's batshit crazy, but he's got all the good stuff.
Everyone's crazy.
Is everyone in the Commonwealth so goddamn crazy?
That's the price of freedom, brother. You take care out there.
Alright, so I'm guessing it is Tinker Tom that gets us the underlay that we want for our combat armor. Be the last little bit of conversation that we do for this week. But
You need anything?
what do you got for stock?
What do you have in stock?
Well, it changes depending on what's on hand. We lost everything when the switchboard went lights out. Hopefully our agents store more supplies in the field so me and my boys can, make even more toys. Want to see what we got?
Maybe?
I'll take a look. Okay, here's what I got.
I don't know if it's Tinker Tom or another person that actually sells the underlay that we want. But we don't really have time for that right now. Do have a lot of stuff to do. Of course, Desdemona wants us to join the railroad full-time, but we're not going to do that entirely. I'm willing to sacrifice 1 or 2 settlements to the railroad to get things done. But that's probably a good place to end it for this week, guys. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes out. Remember guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.